The little student was traveling in the forest with his Zen master. On the way, he asked the master, "Master, how can self-knowledge be attained?" The master smiled and said, "The answer is within you, but you have to learn the right way to see it." The student became curious and started thinking about the master's words. They reached the shore of a quiet lake. The water was absolutely clear, like a piece of glass. The master said to the student, "Look into this lake and tell me, what do you see?" The student peered into the water and said, "I can see my reflection, master." The master nodded and said, "This is the first step to self-knowledge." The master slowly threw a pebble into the water. Ripples rose in the water, and the student's reflection became blurred. The master asked, "What is visible now?" "Now I can't see my reflection properly," the student said. The master replied, "When your mind is disturbed, self-knowledge also becomes blurred." The master said, "Now wait for a while." The student watched carefully, and within a few moments the water became calm again, and his reflection became clearly visible. The master said, "A peaceful mind is the mirror of true self-knowledge." The student took a deep breath and tried to assimilate this truth. The student asked the master, "So should we always remain silent?" The master smiled and said, "Peace does not come from outside, but from within. It depends on your thoughts and feelings. When you find balance within yourself, then the outside noise will not be able to affect you." The master said to the student, "Make the mind like a clear mirror, which sees everything, but retains nothing." The student nodded and thought, "Can I really see my thoughts and feelings like this?" The student asked, "But what to do when angry or sad?" The master threw the pebble into the water again and said, "Waves will come, but if you do not react to them, they will calm down on their own." The student took a deep breath and said, "I need to learn to be patient." The master smiled and said, "Patience is not a virtue, but a state of understanding. When you understand life, patience will come within you automatically." The master said, "When your mind is calm, you will be able to see your true image. This is the mirror of self-knowledge." The student looked into the lake again, and he began to see his image clearly. The student asked, "Does self-knowledge mean that I am perfect?" The master laughed and said, "No, knowing that you are imperfect is true knowledge. The ego blurs your mirror." The master said, "A mirror does not retain anything, it simply shows things as they are. Your mind should also be like this." The student said, "So is self-knowledge a journey?" The master replied, "Yes, and every day your reflection will become a little more clear, if you keep practicing sincerely." The master said, "Let your thoughts flow like water, do not try to catch them. When you try to catch them, they will destabilize your mind." The student took a deep breath and tried to calm his mind. Gradually, he felt a strange peace within himself. The master smiled and said, "Now you have understood the true power of the mirror." The student looked into the lake and this time he felt not only his own reflection, but also the clarity of his soul. He bowed to the master and said, "Now I understand, master." The master nodded and said, "Remember, keep the mirror clean, and life will show you everything."